Do we have an appointment?
If you ignore my messages, you leave me no choice but to drop in unannounced.
Okay, I gotta be somewhere. I gotta see Dante.
While I am extremely sympathetic to your current and emotionally complex domestic difficulties, my job is to defend you against the charge of murdering your wife, and to remind you that if you insist on admitting that you killed Claudia, you will almost certainly be found guilty.
You're a pain in the ass, Diane. You're expensive, and you know how I feel about you and Max, but nobody is better at what you do, and I got 100% confidence that you're going to take care of the situation.
Even though Michael already tried to confess to the police.
Mac didn't believe him, and Michael's not going to have to pay for this. I am.
Okay. That means I have to sell the jury on self-defense.
Okay.
Even though the victim was your wife, and Claudia was smaller and weaker than you, and you threatened her at her birthday party, no less, only hours before she disappeared.
Claudia was out of control.
Because you provoked her in front of a room full of witnesses.
Yeah, and all those witnesses saw her waving a gun around, right? She took a hostage.
A former Mrs. Corinthos 4 times over. This is not going to go well for you, Sonny. And then, naturally, you have to go and complicate things even further when you destroyed evidence, when you burned down a cabin, when you swore that you didn't know what could possibly have happened to poor Claudia until a deranged artist with an international reputation humiliates the PCPD by finding her body when they could not.
Are you trying to defend me or convict me?
I'm just saying, Sonny, that you are asking me to jog up Mount Everest in a pair of sensible pumps. And even if I could do that, we're not going to win. Because the detective who spent months piecing together this case, it will most certainly testify against you. That's that detective being your son, whom you shot at point-blank range in the chest.
Dante says he shot himself.
He's lying to protect you. It doesn't matter because the evidence that Detective Falconeri has collected is now a matter of record, and Dante can't just wave it away with the fairy tale that he shot himself accidentally. All the jury is going to see is that your son is willing to testify against you. And Dante has every reason to believe that you're guilty. He's built up an excellent case. His testimony alone should send you to prison for the rest of your life.
One of the many perks of being invited to resign is I don't have to pretend to respect you anymore. I could care less what you have to say. I work for the PCPD now.
Well, there's a step up. Congratulations.
Yeah, so whatever you have to say to me, you can talk to Commissioner Scorpio.
Your father is facing federal charges. That falls under various RICO statutes. That makes the case in my jurisdiction. You were the lead detective in the Claudia Corinthos murder investigation. Yet when he shot you in the chest, you covered for him. You said you accidentally shot yourself. I need to know you won't pull a similar stunt in court.
What, you want to hear it? Fine, I fell for Sonny's mobster with a heart of gold routine, okay? My partner warned me about it. I didn't listen. I delayed the arrest so that I didn't upset the family. I put myself in Sonny's living room face to face with no backup. So whatever happened in that room is on me. As far as Claudia's trial goes, you don't have to worry about anything, all right? Because I want Sonny prosecuted to the furthest extent of the law.
See that you do. Because if you don't, if you decide to pull a similar stunt of sentimental amnesia for your dear old dad on the witness stand, being shot in the chest will be the least of your concerns. I will fall on you like the wrath of God. Do we understand each other?
Yo! Wrath of God. You understand this. You back off my kid right now or I will file the loudest, messiest, most public lawsuit that the FBI has ever seen. You hear me? I will go crying to the media. I will zap it all over the internet. I will stand in front of every single solitary camera that I can find, and I will shout harassment, abuse of power, and misappropriation of federal funds. And if that's not enough, I will make it my personal mission in life to see your ass busted so far down the line that you can't get a job as a dog catcher. Okay, check that. Assistant dog catcher.
Wow. Rayner, you've met my mother.
It's nice to see you again. I believe when last we talked, you tried to blackmail me.
Yes, that would be the day that you lied to my face and then you deliberately put my kid in harm's way. And now here you are, harassing him again. It's unacceptable, Rayner, in every possible way. And if you don't back off my son, I happen to be very good friends with the best attorney and the whole...
I know. I heard you.
You're on thin ice, Rayner. My mother never makes threats she can't back up, and her follow-through is pretty legendary.
Yes, well, I'm not intimidated by the mother courage routine.
You might want to rethink that.
Before you think about smearing me in the media, Miss Falconeri, you might consider how bad that will make you look, considering you're on the witness list for the Claudia Corinthos murder trial. You didn't know that, did you?
I don't have to answer to you.
Perhaps not. But you are material to the Claudia Corinthos trial. Not only did you see Sonny leave his house on the night his wife died, but you were deeply involved in planning the Metro Court party. You may well have had prior knowledge to Sonny's plan to kill his wife.
Whoa, my mother had nothing to do with that, and you know it.
You knew that Sonny was Dante's father. And when this case was about to break, you attempted to use your little secret to undermine the entire investigation.
I was just trying to protect my son.
You tried to blackmail me, and you know it. And now you're still angry, and you'll go to any attempts to retaliate. I strongly advise you to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, or you will be in a great deal of trouble.
Whoa, you need to back off, all right? And leave my mother out of this. Otherwise, I'll develop the worst case of sentimental amnesia you've ever seen. I'll forget anything and everything about this case, and you'll be left with nothing. Okay, so you leave my mother alone.
We're closed. Good. Hey. Kids, huh? Who needs them?
Especially when they show up. How did you finally connect with Ethan?
Well, I didn't shoot him in the chest, for one thing. I'm sorry, man. No, that was uncalled for. I apologize. You want a drink or some coffee?
No, it's fine. Actually, I'm just trying to connect with Dante. Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you, my friend. Not at all today. I'm sort of in a dark mood.
What?
Elizabeth is knocked up. She doesn't know if the father is Lucky or Nicholas.
Are you serious? That's horrible.
Tell me. Lucky had to talk her in off the hospital roof.
Where is she now?
They backed her off to Shady Brook. My kid is really wrecked over it. Lucky's so confused over this whole situation. I'm afraid if Elizabeth doesn't recover, he's going to blame himself, and that's a hell of a burden to have to carry.
You know, I'm not going to speak for Shady Brook, but I do know, as you know, something about being mentally ill and the shame and the denial. Now, I'm not excusing Elizabeth cheating on Lucky, because that's wrong, and I'm not sure she's bipolar or anything, but I'm sure she probably feels if she were stronger, smarter, a better person, none of this would have happened. Anyway, I take my medication every day. Therapy has helped. My life's not perfect, and I'm not cured, but you know what? I'm running the illness. The illness is not running me.
That's good to hear. You think they've got meds for Elizabeth's situation?
Well, you know what? I'm sure that she'll be diagnosed, and they'll give her what she needs.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm going to pass that on to Lucky. It'll be helpful.
Well, I got no intention of perjuring myself to save Sonny. But I don't see any reason why I should have to disclose the private details of my life to strengthen the case against him either.
Please don't tell me you're planning on taking the 5th. I might as well just jog up Everest barefoot.
What?
Never mind. Olivia, just tell the truth on the stand.
I will. I will tell them that when I got pregnant, Sonny started dating my cousin Connie. And I was jealous of the two of them, so I decided to keep it a secret. Because I knew that my baby was something that Connie would never have, and I didn't want to give Sonny the satisfaction of knowing that the baby was his.
And you expect the jury to believe that you held on to this teen angst for Dante's entire life? The prosecution is going to have you for lunch.
What are you doing here?
Well, your lawyer called me in for an emergency meeting.
Because you are in a dire situation. Sound familiar?
I'm just trying to make the most of the time I got left, Diane, you know.
So, you don't want to discuss the case?
No.
Fine. It's your money. It's your life. I'll be in touch.
I should probably get going.
No, I need your help. For our son. As you know, there's a strong case against me.
I'm not going to perjure myself.
I'm not asking you to.
Put it out of your mind.
It's just, look, you let our son grow up without a father. You kept him from me.
And I would do that all again.
Then what gives you that right? He's my son, too.
Yeah. I should have told Dante that you were his father as soon as he got to this town. If I had done that, none of this would have been happening. He wouldn't be laying in a hospital bed right now.
I missed Dante's entire life. I got only a few weeks left. A few weeks to get to know him.
Whatever you want, Sonny, the answer is no.
Okay, no matter how angry Dante is, there's going to come a point in his life where he's going to have to feel at least a little bit bad about sending his father to prison.
If you want me to intercede on your behalf and make our son feel guilty for doing his job, it's not going to happen.
What I want is for Dante to understand that he's my son and that I love him. And you owe me at least a chance to get to know him. And maybe the only chance I have left.